¿Cómo estás?
That's it. This is class como. This is class estas. and this is E2.
E2. 750,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was. There's that.
Yeah. The wages are crazy.
Oh no. Just like.
So welcome to Minimally Edited Kick Talk. I am Jeremy.
Chocolate. And I am chocolate.
So nice.
You gotta say it twice. That's crazy.
Thank you, Nicholas Cannon.
Oh, Nicholas Cannon.
Oh man,
we're here for another topic. I don't even know what we're talking about today.
I think this is going. We talked a little bit about this. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
So I believe we'll have a good conversation on this one.
Oh, that means someone's probably going to be offended.
Quite possibly, but it's not necessarily directed at any one group.
Okay,
per se.
All right, Rob.
So, let's jump into something else real quick. Let's jump into quick topics. I don't know, sports. This crazy generation.
Listen to sports, okay? Okay. Speaking of sports. Well, okay, the Golden State Warriors are playing tonight, and they can find a way to win. There's a possibility of getting Steph back for Game 6. It was very interesting because on the Eastern Conference, the big name teams are getting knocked off. Yeah. I love the fact that Tyrese Halliburton got the most overrated player of the year. He did not say, he has not commented about it, no, not once, and didn't go to sweep the team that lead the East. Or, excuse me, they were number 2. But or not sweep, gentleman's sweep. But okay, cool, I'm overrated. Sorry, Cavaliers, you have to catch this.
You got to catch this.
Now you got, I was chilling before. Now I must bring this work to thine house. I love it. If I'm him, I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to keep beating you guys. And then afterwards I go, I guess I'm super overrated.
I'm overrated.
I guess I'm not that, I don't even know how to play basketball. They just brought me here.
Yeah.
And I would love that. If the Golden State Warriors are out, if those guys get kicked out, I want the Pacers to win. I want them to win so badly.
Yeah.
Just so Tyrese Halliburton can have that conversation on camera with a bottle of champagne and skiing goggles on.
Yes. Yeah.
I want him to look.
I'm overrated!
I want that so badly for this human.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Tyrese Halliburton fan, but I love when they're going to run their mouth about you and then you're going to go beat their king.
Yeah.
Beat their giants.
Yeah.
That's what you consistently, I am all for Indiana if the Golden State Warriors lose. I want it so bad.
That's a fact. I can agree with that. I didn't know that.
Most overrated player in the NBA. You want to keep it a buck with you? What unpopular opinion? I believe the most overrated player in the NBA is Luka Doncic.
Ooh.
Just because we are in I believe he's the most overrated player. If it's me, this is my issue with it. We have, and I'm gonna tie this back to LeBron James. because LeBron James got a whole bunch of stats. Stats are how we're measuring people.
Yeah.
Not by the complete body of work and how your stats in relation to your winning, and in addition, your consistency of winning, how that all matters. Mm-hmm. We're allowing you to just be able to score points and then do nothing else. Mm-hmm. We trash James Harden for his one-dimensional get to the foul line, score points, and no defense. Mm-hmm. He is worse than Luka Doncic plays worse defense than James Harden in the playoffs. When it matters the most, his defense is terrible.
I mean,
he was
slow, and he's got
quite
a bit of weight on him.
So, and this is the thing: playing under LeBron James is going to be, it's going to be easy to expose because LeBron James doesn't like playing under a system. LeBron James wants to do whatever he wants to do. In Dallas, and I might be biased because Jason Kidd's probably my all-time favorite basketball player ever. The guy who I wanted to play like was Jason Kidd. I wanted to score a moderate amount of points, get everybody involved, get some rebounds, play some defense. Yeah. That is how my whole game is after Jason Kidd, right? Jason Kidd is probably one of the more brilliant, if you're asking me, top 10 basketball IQs, Jason Kidd's probably in the 5-ish range. Brilliant guy. If you actually watch him play and coaching and all that, absolutely brilliant. Could hide Luka Doncic to some degree. Yeah. To make him not look so bad.
He did.
But then once we figured out how bad he was, whoever Luka's guarding, you get to shoot. No matter how the switches go, you get to do whatever you want to do. You're not going to tell me that Human's the top player in the world. I don't like that. Not a guy who can. And it's not even like he's okay at defense. It is below average. It is absolute garbage defense. Yeah. I don't like hearing how good he is. Mm. That's the same reason why I was never a fan of James Harden. Mm. I get it. You can step back and travel. Yeah. But the NBA saying it's cool. Right. But if we can just pick on you as an individual, that was one of the things that they said we're going to pick on Curry. Yeah. Curry started playing some passing lanes. Curry got bigger. He may be one of the easier people to pick on, but we don't pick on him anymore. We still also have to realize that Steph Curry was a steals leader. Yeah. So he's awful defense. That's not it. You see some of the shooting percentages with Steph Curry. So I don't want to hear that. I don't think Luka Doncic is better than Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is trying to give you 30 points and is going to give you 27. And he's also wanting to lock up on you. Yeah. He also wants to play defense. I don't care how many All-Stars you make because you can score a lot of points. I don't like it. Yeah. Luka Doncic is more overrated than Tyrese Halliburton.
Do they? And look, I know how to play the game.
Right.
I do not keep up with stats.
Yes.
I just don't.
Yeah.
like I've said, I have a 2-year-old at home.
Exactly.
My TV time consists of Paw Patrol, Spidey and his amazing friends.
Banger.
And we used to watch Bluey.
Bluey is probably my favorite cartoon.
Look, Bluey's tough.
Bluey is tough.
Bluey got some. Bluey's a good time and it has some underlying freaking adult.
Yeah. That was it. They said, hey, if the parents are gonna watch this, give them something.
Give them something, bro. That daggum thing.
It's like that.
Woo! All right, we're not gonna go there. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Shout out to Australia. You guys are making cartoon bangers. I'm sorry.
Facts.
Okay.
So I would say, like you said, what is do they even record defensive efficiency?
Yes, but you have to go searching for it.
See, and that's terrible. Like, I feel like that's terrible because I feel like, again, the old saying is offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. Okay?
Shout out to Kevin Durant for saying that was not the case. And all his championships came with the top 3 defense. but we won't get it. KD, you cool with me? We listen. Maybe we need him to come in and say, KD, the king is. He will reply to a regular guy.
He will reply. He will.
Yes. Let's hear it. But what? Okay, that's it. But yes, the saying was correct.
Defense. So
With him, but the best KD was with Steve Kerr. He don't want to go back. He had a chance to solidify his legacy. That's a whole nother topic.
we're not going to go there.
Yes, but like so, this is the thing. It's like for the basketball.
Have you ever seen? I think about this. Have you seen that commercial where it's a Dick's commercial?
They're okay with speed.
With speed. And the genie that comes out of a shoe,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh snap, Kevin,
Yeah.
Kevin, you work here?" And he's like, "Whatever, kid."
Yeah.
And goes and ducks on the go. The stupidest goddamn line I've ever heard in my life. I gotta know. If you know,
There's some
please tell
backstory.
me.
There's some backstory to it.
Please give me that.
The backstory to it is, first off, KD's probably not. He's probably one of. He's not very impersonable guy, so we know that. So that line fits him. But also, Speed and KD did a string, and Speed. This is the thing. Speed is one of the top guys in his world, and Speed has crazy antics. So Speed can kind of say and do whatever he wants to because he's Speed. And in his world, he's the second most streamed guy on the planet, right? It's Kai Cenat and then Speed. So he's 2 in his world, second best on planet Earth. And he was just saying some things to Kevin Durant, but Speed's known, I'm going to say some wild stuff and I'm going to do some crazy stuff. And Kevin Durant during the interview was like, no, like, I really don't care. I got a bag to be here. I really don't care about being here. I don't care about who you are, Speed. So that Shut Up Kid was kind of like, because it went viral, especially during your hiatus. It went viral, their interaction and lack of like interaction and friendliness. So
Really?
So Shut Up Kid was kind of like almost like I still don't like you, and you're still just a guy. And it's like Kevin Durant doesn't harbor like actual feelings of resentment or anything towards Speed, but it was almost like a continuation of like you're a dumb young kid, whatever. Like I don't care, that's stupid.
So Diggs played on that.
Yes, so that's why those 2 humans showed up together.
Oh man, I was sitting there thinking to myself like, that doesn't even make sense.
Exactly.
Like, what is going on?
So that is why that is.
Okay, all right. Thank you for giving me context on that.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure there was something behind it, but I was still like, that is so dumb.
Yes, well, first time I saw it, I was just like, why did they do that? And I go, oh, they're interviewing. And the interview's literally nothing. I don't want to send you any interview to watch because it's not very entertaining. So it's not like I'm going to send you this and be like, haha. You're going to be like, oh, well, that wasn't very nice.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So, not worth it. That's the backstory behind
Okay.
it.
Okay. Makes sense. So.
Pop culture is so fun.
Well, yeah, man. Fresh, man.
But yes, so for all the Luka fans, Buddy's overrated. I don't see him doing well with LeBron James unless LeBron James is going to allow a coach to coach.
No. Can't.
But you can't do that to JJ Redick. He knows the game of basketball, but
He's
not
a
that
coach.
much.
He's not a coach.
He ain't done enough to become a coach.
Nope.
So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so,
LA's going.
what,
LA's gonna have trouble. They're gonna have trouble next year as well. What needs to happen? Unfortunately, LeBron needs to retire,
this is the thing.
and
My personal-
JJ needs to go.
I don't think LeBron needs to retire. LeBron just needs to understand that the coaching is more important than him. It hasn't gotten that fact yet. LeBron James is the one who feels so. Clutch Sports, right? They push these narratives and keep pushing these stats and stuff. What's super duper alarming that people have no. What I've realized is social media. It is legitimately real life to people.
But yeah,
Like to a degree that's unimaginable. I remember talking to my cousin, and he would tell me this. He would tell me a LeBron James line, and I go, "You are Clutch Sports puppet. You don't get that. You're just regurgitating." Nah, man, I do independent research, and I literally just go up and pull the Clutch Sports article. It's like, look, it's right here. They started it 3 years ago, and guess what? Let's go search social media. Like, I'll go show them the website, and then I'm like, here goes what it came back 3 months ago with social media. It just got to you, and you just repeated it. You didn't do any research. I'm telling. Here goes the exact quote, the literal word for word quote you said to me, because they made memes and they pay people to make memes to spread them, and then they help those people get popular, and then they keep doing it over and over again. So, like, it's weird, but we you have LeBron James getting stats.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook's initial triple-double average season was cool. And then I heard him say, if my big man doesn't want to get the rebound, I'm going to go get the rebound. I go, okay, so now this is physically stat pattern. You're going to just run and go get rebounds.
Yeah.
People don't understand that if I'm giving you 26 and 10, and I have the ball all of the time, Luka Doncic, I'm going to get assists because I keep the ball in my hands the whole game. So a high points and a high assist total, I don't believe that's all that great.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, like, for me, the guy who I think is probably one of the best, truest point guards in NBA history, and a lot of people are going to say, man, again, I just told you, Jason Kidd's my favorite player. You go look at all the other assist top guys, they played with top 10 scorers.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd just did it with some guys.
Yeah.
He made Vince Carter better. The reason why you know Richard Jefferson is because of
Thanks.
Jason Kidd. Kerry Kittles had a resurgence in a career.
Yeah.
People keep talking about Steve Nash. Steve Nash rode the bench under Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd started up with the craziest point guard lineup in the history of forever. It was Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and who was the other one in Phoenix? I'm like, this isn't a J Kidd conversation. I can't think of it, but it was somebody that was, you know the guy's name if I said it out loud. But there's things like we allow stat padding. Jason Kidd was probably the most underwhelming stat guy that you will ever see. But you will see him as a starter on the Olympic team with Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, D. Wade, all of those guys. Yeah. And you'll hear Dirk Nowitzki say, I've never seen a guy control a game without scoring a single point. Right? So I say all of that to say, like, people like Luka are going to need coaching to hide. We got to learn how to play defense. Yeah. So when the whole
look, you late. And you done made it this far, and you don't know how to play defense.
It's over for you.
You're late.
And it's just going to take some more teams to just keep picking on them.
Yeah, and then like, it's going to fade into the background.
Yeah, but Luka had promise, and that's the thing. Luka's only 23, 24, and he's got he's only not made the All-Star team once in his life, but no one considers defense in that All-Star selection. Yeah. You scored and assist a lot, and he's a bigger dude, so he can get some rebounds. So Luka's going to get you 26, 8, and 6. So it looks fantastic on the box score. Yeah. But then when you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, on average, per 100 points, what is it? What was the stat? For 100 possessions, or something like 20 points are getting scored on them, or something ridiculous. Something that it's like it was bad. And it's just like, all right. And so this season it's exploded. Like, oh, he's gonna explode for 40. Sure. And he's gonna give up 44 points. So who cares? He's gonna go off for 40. You dang right. The box score's gonna show 40 points he scored. And someone's gonna cook him for 44. Okay.
That's crazy, bro.
That's that. There goes my whatever. Hopefully Jimmy Butler fixes it once tonight. Shout out Jimmy. And also, and then we actually got to get on to the topic. The gravity of Steph the way you can actually defend a basketball team without Steph Curry. Watching those games and like, this is so different from when Steph's on the court.
Yeah.
Because 6 of y'all the guy on the bench is running out there towards Steph. Because the fact that this human can take any shot and it's always a good shot, that is the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah.
His half-court bombs we think are dumb, and then you read it and it goes, oh, turns out from 30 feet, Steph Curry shoots at 40%. Better than league average.
That's better than a lot of dudes average at a layup, bro.
That's what I'm like.
I've seen so many dudes miss layups this daggone playoff.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yo, Steph Curry's launching joints from 35, and you can't make it from 2.
Yeah, that's it.
That's insane.
And so it makes he's legitimately, it's very interesting because like people are saying, if he wins another NBA title and another MVP, I love Magic Johnson, but we really have to have the discussion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people who are the greatest players in the wherever, Magic Johnson he was passing the balls to James Worthy and Chris Bro. Those are the humans he got to give the ball to. There's no way you don't average 15 assists.
You better average 15 assists.
If you want one, you just go, hey, I'm going to give it to you. Shoot it in 3 seconds. Do whatever you want. Just give me 3.
Yeah, I'm here. Ha. I can. And I can do no look passes when I got 2 7-footers basically.
I can do whatever I want. And so you look at Steph Curry, you go, oh, when they did the top 75 list, he's the only human without one of those on his team. And check it. Here we go. I'm about to make people mad.
Oh yeah, got to. So way. There's them all.
LeBron James and Steph Curry has been in the league for about 4 or 5 seasons off of each other. During LeBron's tenure,
let's go.
He's got the same amount of rings.
Yeah. And
his head-to-head versus LeBron is fantastic. People go, well, he had Kevin Durant. You guys forgot he beat him the year before. He already beat him with no Kevin Durant. And the only reason why he lost one was Draymond got hurt and the refs slowed the game down. So they want to say he had to go get Kevin. That's, if you want to know, like, the current generational argument that will bull my grits more than anything is they saw that LeBron James, they had to go get someone to beat LeBron James in the finals. I'm like, he beat him the year before. What are we talking about? He just beat him. And they only won by 1 shot, not by LeBron James. They literally gave it to Kyrie Irving for 1 shot. Yeah. So even if you say that, they only lost without Kevin Durant from 1 shot after one of their star players got suspended. And you start looking at Cut Sports articles, and the people are buying them. God almighty. But okay, we're done with basketball.
We're done. We gotta be done with basketball. Yeah. We can talk about it all day, just based off of the narratives that people want to push. Yes. And LeBron came into the league, and they made him the face of the league.
Yes. Rob Carmelo Anthony for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's one thing I hate, that they did that to Carmelo.
Yeah.
Because Carmelo beat him rebounds and points. I think LeBron had him in assists. He played more defense than LeBron too. That's, if you said conspiracy, to me it's, hey, you didn't win that the Defensive Player of the Year award that you didn't win, LeBron James. That was payback for you winning Rookie of the Year because you didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'll accept the argument.
I would even wonder too, if Carmelo won that, would his career be different? Or did he just say, screw it?
So you guys are going to reward me when I do better than everybody. Cool. I'm for myself.
Yeah.
Which, again, Carmelo is one of the most hurtful NBA careers because he should have been. We're not going to look at him with the adequate respect, I feel like.
No, major facts, because he is one. I've told you this before. He is one of the guys that I dislike the most, just because I feel like his sheer potential, was astronomical.
Yeah,
the dude could score with the best of them, and
all time,
bro.
When you say if you ask me, like, in my lifetime, if I can think of people who I honestly go, they're a bucket, I don't think you get, I'm not sure how many. It's like Kevin Durant's a bucket and Carmelo Anthony's a bucket.
Major fact.
But Carmelo Anthony can score more ways and in more skillful ways than KD.
Yes. Fact.
I hurt so bad for Melo. I'm mad at
the man. I'm mad at him. Like, you don't want? Okay. All right. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna demolish y'all.
God almighty.
From this moment forward, hey LeBron, come guard me.
Yeah.
I want you to guard me, and then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna guard you. Okay. And Melo could play D too.
This when people be talking about one-on-ones, I'm thinking like I could probably name 5 people that will cook LeBron James in a one-on-one. Who would absolutely, that would be barbecue chicken in a one-on-one. And Carmelo's one of them. Well, absolutely barbecue. That would be barbecue chicken in a one-on-one.
Barbecue is crazy, bro.
Yeah. All
right. We done.
Basketball.
God, we done. Yeah. All right. So, the topic of today is evil necessary for the greater good?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. And maybe this is me being an intellectual. You don't know what's good without bad. With no bad, for perspective at least. If the bad doesn't exist, then we don't know what good is. When the millionaire is mad that her daddy won't give her $100, our perspective is we never saw that as a reasonable ask in our lives.
Facts.
But to the millionaire's daughter or the spoiled girl who gets everything because her daddy has everything, him saying no to her is actually a travesty in her life. Because she gets everything.
Yep.
So when he says no, that is that other end of it. To us as people who are not used to that, that's why we can say, oh, you're a spoiled brat, you're whatchamacallit. But in her world, in her mind, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a standard of living
that's
not being met.
Yes. Rightfully so, she's upset with her father.
Yeah.
Right? Dallas doesn't like when I don't rub her back and pray with her and sing to her when I go to bed because maybe I'm on an important call or something's on. So the one day out of this 5 days that I'm with Dallas, she's not going to get her back rubbed. She's upset about it. But the standard of living is when I go to bed, my daddy's going to rub my back. He's going to sing to me. We're going to maybe read some Bible story. We're going to pray. That is the standard in which she is used to. And then if I don't give her to that, yes, I may say she's a spoiled girl, but I was the human who said, this is how a father takes care of his daughter. So when she's upset about that, I don't get mad at her. I go, baby, hey, look, you just can't get it every time. So without evil, for sheer perspective, because if you're just used to getting it, you'll never appreciate it, right? That's why we tell kids they gotta work for stuff. Because if we just give it to you, you won't appreciate it. Evil's function is purely to give you perspective. Without evil happening, you have no clue what's good. Without evil, good does not exist. It just is. You need good and evil for either one of those two to exist, right? That's why the Asians call it yin and yang, and they all are both intertwined. And then you got the red, you got the black dot and the white. thing and you got the white dot and the black thing. That concept is not new, right? The Asians figured that out. I don't know. Pick your random BC year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why evil must exist, to teach you boys lessons. And I don't care if it comes from good. Let me go ahead and say this one so we can clear this up. Why does God let there be all kinds of bad and strife and murder and cancer and all of that? Because you fools have to listen some way. Okay? Since y'all don't want to, since he want to tell you, hey, look, by the way, I got this beautiful garden. You can have everything in the world. Everything here. Yeah. It's all here to work for you. Yeah. Can you just stay away from that over there? That's, I'm going to give you everything you could possibly want in this building or in this place. Can you just leave that alone? Tell your shorty, please. Whatever, just ask. I got you. Just leave that alone. I'm hungry. Not that fruit, 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 not that fruit.
That one right there.
that one that he told me, the one.
That's a bad one right there. I got to have it.
I got to have it.
I got to have it. I mean, and I would say to piggyback off of what you're saying too, the knowledge of good and evil, like the actual, like, why would there be a tree of the knowledge of good and of evil? So I think regardless of the goodness of God,
yes,
that's who He is.
Yes.
There's also evil.
Imagine if He made people and He understood that if He doesn't give you anything to judge it by or to go against it, He knew that you wouldn't understand what good was. You would think He was just doing the same thing. God is now the millionaire father. If there's never a no, you'll think this is all just a given.
Yeah.
Imagine if God understood humans that much, so He had to put evil here. It's almost like He knew what He was doing. It's almost like He wasn't guessing. Okay? It's as simple as that.
I think and that's a really, obviously there's smarter people out here than I am on this.
Wrong. As well as me.
Okay. Yeah. I think the evil is the absence of God. Like, I think that's the difference. We're not androids. We're not robots. We got choice. Same thing with the angels. He made the angels with autonomy.
Yes.
And that's how Satan was able to deceive a third of the angels. God gave everybody a choice to love Him or not.
Yes.
Don't have to.
It's slavery if He doesn't give you the choice, by the way.
Major facts. Major facts. You know, I think that's the other part. Like, you sent me that video with old boy. He was like, "Why don't God take out all the evil in the world? Did you ever consider that Joe Tell was evil? Did you ever consider that?
Was that ever a thought in your brain?
No, I'm the greatest person to ever live.
Batting 1,000.
I am the greatest person.
You wouldn't dare take me out.
You wouldn't dare take me out.
Oh,
I do everything right.
Yeah, batting 1,000. Pillar saw him. Pillar saw him right there. Why does he believe that? Pillar saw him. Somebody right now.
Right now. Somebody.
Anyway, you got your pillar of salt? Yeah. All right. No. So that becomes the thing. It's just it's understanding that, like, first off, God's not going to be able to be understood in our personal brains.
No.
But also, there's certain things that it's just like, people want to be contrarians. Mm-hmm. So they want to disagree. They want to be like, why is there evil? And so I'm okay with just the argument of just perspective that I laid out is enough. Because I get it.
Yeah.
Because I can understand why the school kids expect XYZ from their parents.
Yeah.
And what happens. I expect the same thing I expect my employees to come in here and do their work.
Yeah.
If you do the bare minimum, that's not room for praise.
Right.
Right? If you go above and beyond and you do this, that, and the third, that is room for praise. And if you do under that, then we have to have a conversation. But without the pure, a lot of this stuff, who told you to do it? God doesn't have a plastic tree or a plastic bush. Why is plastic ruining our nation and causing cancer? Hey, fool, you made cancer. I didn't do it.
Facts.
A lot of the evil in humans is self-inflicted.
Facts.
So it's not like God just made a whole bunch of things of like, hey, I'm just going to make things just to kill you because just cuz.
Just cuz.
Yes, a lion can kill you. Hey, buddy, I gave you enough knowledge to not go hang out with lions or eat it. You see it?
Do you see him? He's got very sharp teeth and very sharp claws.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, he's bigger than you.
Yes.
He already ate your best friend, Billy. Okay.
Last week.
Oh, yeah, you might not want...
Yes.
You might not want to go over there now.
He created animals that created neurotoxins to help protect themselves for other animals. That wasn't evil towards you.
No.
You went poking around in the sea, and then the lionfish poked you. I didn't make that to hurt you. You seeked out the danger.
Yes.
Because you said, I want to see what this fish does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see what this snake does.
I want to see what this fish does.
Oh my gosh. What are those small eggs over there? Let me go over here and check them out. Bite, bite.
So stop putting this. God is just causing. Why doesn't He wipe the evil out? He would have to wipe you out.
He would have to wipe you out. Okay, I know this is kind of veering off into the.
Yeah, we're done. I pissed me off. Okay.
I want to know this though. I want to know this. Like, this might sound racist, but
There we go.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Why do Caucasian people love to test animal danger?
This is what I got to say.
Like, you've seen it 1,000 times on the internet. Don't mess with that tiger. Like, don't mess with it. But you're like, oh, it's a cute kitty. I just want to hug it. Stop that dead.
This is what I will say. And I've always said this.
Okay.
Shout out to white people. Because without your bravery, there'll be a lot of things that folks do.
Bravery?
Or just the thought of, I'm going to go over there with that tiger. Africans been here with the lions and all of that. We just like, hey, bro, you don't go over there. All right? We tried it once. It killed the two guys in the working party. We said, two's enough.
Two's enough.
Two's enough. We just want to see, maybe we can be friends. Clearly, they don't want to be friends with us. We're out. Okay? Black folks, it doesn't take us long for us to be out on the topic. Black people say, oh, 2 people died. It wasn't supposed to happen. Guys, just stay away. And then us, as African Americans, we all go, collectively go, that sound about right, guys? All right, cool. Billy's like,
The
no.
council says no. Then we're out.
Nope.
That's the exact reason why when one black person starts running,
They are
all of them.
Then you don't need.
You don't need a.
We get it.
You don't need a freaking question. What's going on? What's going on? You go.
That's it. So I've always said, look, shout out to the white folks and their bravery, because I've learned a whole bunch of things that I know that a white man was the first one to get that piece of knowledge. I didn't know any person of color who would go, or let me not say that. I know people of color would not have been the first ones to go figure that out. For what? For what? Sure, good stuff comes at the back end of all of this bravery, but a lot of times it's just like, there's another way.
There's absolutely no.
We can figure it out.
We can figure out another way.
So I don't know. It's their propensity to.
If nobody has to die.
I can go a little bit deeper into what we were just saying because I actually had this conversation about. It wasn't in this vein, but it was more so of why were Europeans the best conquerors of the world, and it goes along with this. I feel like it's linked to their train of thought. To give you a quick synopsis, not of the whole argument, but how it relates. White people got to go check stuff out because they didn't have resources where white people are from, right? If we look at the European market, we look at Wales, Scotland, UK, Western Europe, even in the middle to Eastern Europe, it's just
Ireland.
it's just not a resource. Black folks didn't have to do it because we had all the resources. We're like, hey, we're good. Like, we might go to the eastern portion of South America. We might travel out there a little bit. No reason for us to go around the world. We don't need to learn all these things. We're actually fine right here. There's no good reason outside of I just want to bravado. But everything's like, nah, we got it all right.
Yeah.
So that is the white. That's my personal opinion of the white man. Let's go check it out. I'll never stop a white man from being a white man. Look, y'all go do y'all thing. I'm gonna hang out here. Okay.
I'm gonna hang out here where it's safe.
There's no reason. But that's what I'm saying. There's things that we would never know in the world if it wasn't for white people in that bravery. And sometimes it's foolish arrogance because a lot of times they don't win. Okay? You can go try to figure out the Titanic wreck with an Xbox controller.
That's please don't make me. Oh
that
my God!
With a homemade submarine.
With a homemade.
So there is times where they don't get it right. They get it right sometimes, but then there's times they just don't get it right.
That's just money for money's sake, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just, oh my God, what the freak? I got $100 million right here.
My Xbox.
Square, triangle.
I don't know.
A circle.
I've never been on a working submarine. I would imagine it's got more than the 10 controls on an Xbox controller.
Maybe.
If I'm spitballing, okay. If I'm spitballing, it's got more than, but that is neither here nor there for me. I've only seen replicas of submarines, never been on a working one. I am not a submariner. But anyways.
God, I forgot about that.
Well,
Tragic idiocy.
listen here, but when they fail big.
Big time.
In the words of Donald J. Trump, bigly. Bigly.
Oh, man.
In the words of Donald J. Trump, bigly.
Yo.
Okay?
Yo. Oh my gosh. We haven't even got to the first question yet, bro.
I thought I was, okay.
We haven't even really got to the first question yet.
All right, I'm ready for it.
All right, so, well, let me say the first topic. It says the lesser evil when morality gets complicated. Explore real life scenarios like wartime decisions, political compromises, or medical ethics where people had to choose between two bad options. Is choosing the lesser evil justifiable if it leads to a better outcome? And I would say, like you said before, it's perspective. I think a lot of people say, especially when you're talking biblically, I'm going to say biblically, especially when you're talking biblically, God, a lot of people try to say God was evil for taking out Sodom and Gomorrah. We're gonna pinpoint that one.
I said, God will cook this mother.
He was cutting. Look,
Old Testament God didn't have. He had no leeway for your foolishness. Oh, they're too dumb over there. Wipe them off. Hey, start this one over. That boy hit the reset on the video game, right? Oh
my God. But yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
You know, people say, why God commit genocide? First off, God can't commit genocide because He gave life. He gave life.
Yeah.
So He can kind of do whatever He wants to with it.
Yeah.
He can kind of do whatever He wants to with it. He saw they were mishandling it.
Yeah.
He said they had to go.
Had to go.
Okay. And I heard somebody saying, why are you complaining about evil and God does something about it? And then now you say He's the bad guy.
Listen, brother. Shout out to God for
I would say shout out to God for not hitting the permanent reset button on the entire. Boop. Because I'm telling you right now, like, there's a reason I'm not God.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
There's a reason I'm not Him.
Because if you talk your crazy, after I kill you, I got to go visit your family. So do we want to leave this idea behind? I'm crazy. I'm not a good God. Okay?
That's why He is omnipotent.
Oh, for sure. And I'm not.
And I'm not.
Oh, there's no way. I'm going to hell in the hell I created. I would have created said hell and be banished into it. So, okay? There's no way. Not with these jokers.
Face the facts, bro.
I've talked to too many of you guys and I get it. Like, oh, I'm going to lose. My own game I created.
Yo!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious, bro.
No way.
This is crazy, bro. So I would say to say that something is evil, I would say is it for a lot of people it's perspective. Well, it's you're looking from a lens that is I'm just gonna say dirty, because you don't understand how things are actually working with the 3-pound brain that you have in your head, and you think you understand the cosmos, which is insane to me.
Right.
So yeah, I really think that a lot of people don't understand most of what's going on, and they just shoot off at the mouth and say different things without ever, number one, doing research,
not the reading,
and looking at the whole picture. So that's neither here nor there.
So I was just about to Google what chapter of the Bible is Sodom and Gomorrah?
Sodom and Gomorrah is in Genesis. I felt like it was in Genesis 11 or 10, 11, or 12. I think it was.
And when was Noah's Ark?
Noah's Ark. Was Noah's Ark before or after?
I want to say it's before.
I think it was before too.
I'm pretty sure it was before.
Because Genesis 6 was when the giants, they were talking about giants.
Yes.
And the man of renown. So the man of renown.
Yes.
Me personally, when I think about it, because it was talking about all the different stuff. It was talking about the angels having sex with men and the animals, all that good stuff.
Or bad stuff. Or bad stuff.
Bad stuff. What do you mean?
You said all that good stuff. It was when angels having sex with animals.
Oh yeah.
Bad stuff. But I get what you're
saying. Yeah. That was like, yeah, no. It's all that bad stuff. Bad stuff. It was horrible.
All of it bad.
I feel like that's Greek mythology.
So, and the only reason why I'm asking this is I was just going to bring up the point when we're talking about the lens in which you see things off of, and how it's always perspective. What I was going to get in is before Sodom and Gomorrah happened, a few chapters earlier, God flooded the planet.
Yes.
So I could take this civilization, or I could wipe this whole thing clean again.
Yeah. I
just did it.
Yeah.
When I say I'm the all-merciful God, okay, or when the world tells me I'm all-merciful, understand I killed a city I just wiped the planet clean. So when I tell you I'm trying to chill out, bro, understand, I literally crashed out. I told my one homeboy.
God is a crash out.
I literally just crashed out. I had my homeboy pack up these animals. I said I wouldn't do it by water again. I would burn this thing. I burned the city.
Noah was the first Amazon, bro.
That's just crazy, bro. When you boys be thinking like that's, I'm like, what? He did this. He's like, what? The first time y'all were acting dumb, whole planet called. Hey, man, you're a pretty solid dude. Good, lucky for you, because it's you and you.
You're kind of faithful.
Yep.
Hey.
Go get some of them animals. Get 2 of them. All the ones you can find. Do your best.
Yeah.
If you don't build this ship, I'm flooding this whole thing. There's a timeline. So you better.
Everybody's going.
Yeah. It's just you, baby. So, thank you. Good and faithful servant. I'll see you on the other side.
Right.
When it starts raining, realize it's going to be raining.
It's going to be raining.
For, like. You understand? All right. Okay, let's go. But so when they be like, guys, that restaurant, I'm like, he did that. That's the first thing I always think. He flooded the entire earth.
Every civilization has a flood story. Every civilization that's historic has a flood story.
Yep.
So somebody survived to say, yo, there was water everywhere, bro. We didn't see nothing else
but water. So, I mean, play what you want. Play that boy if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't listen here. I don't need it. He don't got to burn down my city for me to go over that. Oh, buddy is cool. He's with it.
Yeah.
But yes,
major facts. All right. Concept number 2. Evil in myth and religion, a necessary counterbalance. Dive into how ancient myths, religious texts, and spiritual philosophies deal with the existence of evil. Is evil a tool for testing, teaching, or defining the good?
Isn't that this what we've been talking about this entire time?
We've been talking about this the entire time.
Yes.
I do think that God is able to use different situations to test you.
Or for the greater good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Joseph as great of a man as he is if he doesn't go through, when we talk about human who's faced the most adversity, Joseph has to be up there on that list somewhere. Top 3 dead or alive. Okay? When you look at adversity, I'm not sure. Obviously, my name is Daniel. I read a whole bunch of Daniel in my day, so I thought that was some adversity. Then I read up on Joseph. I go, okay, maybe lions aren't too crazy. Okay. Maybe understanding dreams and lions aren't too bad. But yes, so this guy going to, again, the evil is only in perspective.
Yeah.
I look at myself and me sitting in front of me in my early fire department career, where I was getting in all kind of trouble, like I was getting in trouble consistently. I had one really big incident, right, where I had to stand in front of the second guy in charge, his office, and have a conversation with him. I ended up I'm not gonna say I cussed him out, but I told him, why the F did you tell me to even show up here? And I threw the paper on the desk and I walked out of his office. But I walked out of there knowing I'm not retiring from this place. That was within 14 months of me being a fireman. I knew at that moment I won't be here forever. So that helped me, even though I thought like, oh, this is bad, blah, 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 and I really wasn't happy with the way that went out. I knew after that, by that time I'm still doing all of my cooking stuff. So I'm finding a way that allowed me to find the way out of the fire department, which has led me to here I am today, right? Bakery owner, doing all this stuff, whatever. So what I perceive to be evil today very well cannot be evil tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what's the Chinese adage? The we'll see. You've heard that story. That like a Chinese guy was out on the farm and I don't know how it starts. Like he lost a horse.
Okay.
Everyone says, "Isn't that bad?" He goes, "I will see." And then that horse comes back with 6 horses. They're like, "Oh my gosh, is that great? That one horse that left came back and brought 6 horses." He goes, "We'll see." Son starts to ride one of the horses, falls off, breaks his arm. Aren't you upset that dying horse done broke your son's arm? We'll see. Chinese are going to war and they're picking up all of the first males. Son's got a broken arm. Aren't you happy? Your son's broken arm, so he doesn't have to go to war. We'll see. Right? So all of those changes of events where we thought something bad happened or we thought something good happened, we thought it all worked. So you don't know.
Yeah.
So shut up and pray. That's how I'm going to end that story real quick. Just shut up and pray. You don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
That is probably what's kept me, even going through, you know some of my story, the last 3 or 4 years been real rough for me. I don't know, but it is what it is. I don't get too worked up about it.
Yeah. Don't get too high. Don't get too low.
That's it. It's either going to work or it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm going to die either way. Okay? Okay? It's going to work or it's not. And then at the end of it, I'm dead either way.
One of my favorite quotes was off of the show Sirens. the guy was in the ambulance. And they were like, "Hey, Steve, you know, I know your birthday's coming up, and what are you going to do?" He said, "I don't know. We're all going to die one day anyway." That joint was hilarious, bro. That joint still lives in my head, bro. I seen that daggone show back in 2011. I still laugh at that daggone quote, bro.
Yeah.
That joint is hilarious, bro. But it's true. It's 100% true, bro.
That's what people be looking at me. They be looking at me crazy. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna take my birthday, and I don't think he's gonna kill me. I'll get over whatever else happens. Okay,
that's it.
You can't do your best, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why. Shout out to Joe. My God. Sheesh. Just hang out. Hey, bro. It is what it is, man. Losing wives, kids are dying, money's leaving.
He lost everything, bro.
Perspective. Man, I just lost $40,000 in a divorce. I still got my business. I get to see my kid. Daniel, you said beans in a single wide for the rest of your life if you got to see your daughter. You lost money. You've made enough money in your life. You'll make some more.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Sucks to suck. It is what it is. Yeah. And we keep moving forward. So that's why that balance of good and evil, and the Bible does a fair job of mixing some horrific evil or horrific what we would consider evils.
Yeah.
But without that, what is your perspective? I enjoy seeing the rainbow, understanding like God's Almighty. At least Buddy said he ain't gonna flood this thing again.
Yeah.
I'm a strong swimmer, but boy, oh boy, I've been in some waters that were pulling me in, and it was not a good time. I can at least swim to the shore and run away.
I am not a great swimmer, so
so
if my guy decides to do it again, bro,
cooked.
I am absolutely cooked. I am 100% cooked, bro. If I don't find a boat soon, bro, I am done.
That's it, brother.
I am done. And then there's no guarantee I'll survive through the thing. Because look, I got to catch some fish or something. I got to eat something.
That's it, brother.
Like,
perspective is everything.
So, you know, hey, I might just go ahead and I'm out.
Yeah. I'm not fighting with this. This is ridiculous. I ain't going back. I'm not going back and forth. I don't want to see y'all anyway. God, take me now. Take me.
This world is ghetto.
This is ghetto. So yeah, it's one of them things, brother. Perspective of everything.
Major facts. All right, next question. The psychology of villains. Are they heroes in disguise? Analyze famous villains in fiction and history. Were they truly evil, or were their actions necessary catalysts for change? Think Magneto, Thanos, or even real-life figures like Machiavelli.
Was that the evils that Chat GPT is coming to?
That's
of all of the evils you could pick, those were the ones you said, oh, these are solid three.
These are solid three.
Okay. That's crazy. Were they really were they really the good guys? No. But even if you look at someone like Machiavelli, right? When we look at the book The Prince, it's not an inherently evil book. It's just like, hey, this is how you hold on to power.
Yeah.
These are some bad things. I'm not advocating for it. I'm not going either way. Right? Violence isn't bad, but sometimes somebody needs to die. I don't know how else to say that. Maybe that's the Marine Corps clicking in my head and I can't get it out.
Well, and again, I think it comes back. It comes back to perspective. It comes back to perspective. It comes back to, all right. Everybody loves the debate of Hitler. They love, for some odd reason, they love the debate of Hitler. In their mind, what they were doing was greatness.
Yes.
Okay? To the rest of the world, it was not great.
I know.
Okay? But they were establishing German dominance. Mm-hmm. That's what they were. In their mind, that was good.
Yes.
Okay? Again, although the rest of the world said, no, that's bad, that's evil, he's got to go, all this good stuff. It was all perspective for them. They're like, nobody's going to step on us anymore. Nobody's going to take advantage of us anymore. We're going to take this thing into our own hands. Yep. And they went on to
do what they did.
To do what they did.
I don't believe it was good. My worldview, awful, bad boys. You gotta die. But in their world, this is what survival looked like.
Yeah. So this is what greatness looked like.
Yes.
And I would say in that perspective, if you're in that perspective, looking out from Germany,
yes,
that was greatness.
Yes. That's something to believe in. Your economy's doing good. You are not. Your World War I wasn't the best. You got to redo. You made the most of it.
Yeah. And so, not a hero from our end. Definitely a villain. At the same time, he also brought about some things that yes, changed the world. Like, all right, we got to make sure that this never happens again.
Exactly.
So I do think there's a side of things that there's action, and then there's a reaction to things.
Yes.
His actions caused the rest of the world to be like, all right, we gotta put some strains on them so that they can't do this again, and therefore that led to a whole bunch of other stuff that are currently happening now to bar, quote unquote, countries who are evil from doing things or building their weapons of mass destruction. We heard this for
Yes.
We've heard this for the past 2 decades now. Weapons of mass destruction. And which, don't get me wrong.
So, just to go off on that point, right? You're dealing with, we're kind of also, right? We're currently living in that space with, I wanted to make sure I said his name right, but of Captain Ibrahim. In his world and to a lot of his people, he is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. You look at someone like, probably one of my more controversial opinions. You look at someone like Muammar Gaddafi. If you go look at Muammar Gaddafi's stats, it seems like a pretty solid leader.
Yeah.
Literacy, healthcare, education as a whole, Libya's respect as a nation. He brought all of it. Charisma. Yeah, he killed a large number of people to get it. But Libya ain't been the same since.
Yeah.
Establishing school for the kids and making sure the kids can go to school, they can eat at school, they can read, they can learn how to read, they can learn other stuff like that. You know, Mr. Captain Ibrahim is trying to do the same thing. He doesn't take any foreign money. He says, we're going to mine our resources right here. Yeah. We're gonna hang out with it. He's aligned himself with Russia, so that's not good. He's trying to get himself whacked off right now, which they already said they offered one of his bodyguards a couple million, and then the bodyguard told the people about it, and they went and they got him. So, but it's one of those things. Sometimes those evils are necessary for growth. Hey, so, all's well that ends well, is what some people say.
Yeah. I just, that's another thing too, is like, in this world, someone has to be on top.
Unfortunately, yes.
In this world, someone has to be on top. We are a people who cannot coexist and live amongst each other without someone being above the other.
Correct.
I would say Ibrahim is a person who is kind of threatening that dynamic. And some people are like, nah, we gotta take him out.
Yep.
It sucks because, you know what I'm saying, like you see a man doing good things for his country,
yes,
but at the same time, what's that motive of him doing the good things for the country?
And who is he screwing over to do the good things?
Right. And then, you know, a lot of people. I mean, you know, we've heard, you know more than I do about this, but we heard that he's kicked out everybody who was of a foreign nation to make sure that, all right, we're keeping this in house and we're going to try to build from within.
Yeah.
And they said 18 attempts has been.
They try. Oh, listen here, brother. Somebody don't want him.
Yeah. So crazy. I hope he's doing it for the betterment of everybody. Everybody, yes, definitely in this country. But I hope it doesn't turn into another Germany. In fact, I don't think it will. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, but hopefully it does not.
No. Number 4. Utopia or dystopia? Can a perfect world exist without evil?
No.
Discuss the concept of utopia. Would eliminating all evil strip us of free will, growth, or meaning? What do sci-fi and philosophical? Why did I say philosophical?
It happens.
I ain't got it all.
I'm words. It's true.
1037. Yeah. Philosophical thought experiments suggest.
Where are they have that conversation?
I think you could
make utopia.
I think you could.
I don't think so. And I'm going to ask you, how do you think so?
Okay.
I don't think you can, based on the presets that I laid out to you before. Because say it becomes utopia, and we remember that it was bad, right? And we're like, this is perfect, bro. We're getting everything we want. 2 generations down the line, it's over.
That's a fact.
So then it no longer is utopia. It becomes what is expected. And human minds are used to trying to achieve more and to get more. So once, even though, right, Americans eat in excess, we have enough food to survive. We want it so bad that we're willing to shorten our lives to get more food that we do not need.
That's a fact.
And I say that, I can't even say the U.S. All developed nations are doing that.
Yeah.
It's not even a uniquely U.S. thing. Once you start to become first world status, then you start to have weird problems.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of countries don't run for fitness. We're so unhealthy as a nation, and I don't want to make this a U.S. bashing video, but we run to stay healthy instead of just not eating the stuff we don't need. This is why I believe the utopia cannot exist. It would last for 1 generation, maybe 2. The third one, it's out. Because there's no thought of good or... If the evil purely exists to tell you this is what life could be, that is job enough.
So,
I've even learned, let me just talk about this. I've learned that with my daughter, there's times where I can do things, I must tell her no. For no good reason. Purely based on perspective. Now, Bishop's asking for things, but eventually he's going to be able to have full consensus with you and really conversate on why they can't have an Oreo. Yeah. Daddy, you've got 6 million drinks. Why can't I have one? But I have this said so. I just want to do that.
And that right there, for many, is going to be child abuse. No. Hold on. That right there, for many, will be child abuse. And for those who say that, you're missing quite a few brain cells. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Because there are just certain things that you tell your children to do, and you just have to do them. Like, you just have to do them. That, again, I always come from a biblical perspective. God did that. The Abrahamic faith is based off of it. I want you to do this because I told you to. He went to go do it, and God stopped him and said no.
Yeah. We just want to see you do it.
I just want to see it. I want to see if you have the faith to do it. So I think telling your children, do this because I told you to, is a completely reasonable and a good thing to do, because there's going to come a point in time where they get out from underneath your wing and something's going to be told for them to do, and they just have to do it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter. Like, even if it's a horrible plan, don't do anything unethical and immoral. That's where the buck stops. Mm-hmm. But if your boss tells you, hey, I need you to drive down the street and go get some gas in the car, or go get the gas in this bus, or whatever, and you'd say, "Hey, boss, that this has a flat tire. Do you also want me to get air in it?" And they say, "No, don't get any air in it. Just get the gas."
Touche.
Hey,
sounds dumb, but I'm here. We're gonna do it.
I just work here, okay?
Yeah,
I just work here. You go get the gas, you come back. Whatever happens after that, it's not on you, okay? And that's the approach I think a lot of people should take, especially with their kids. Like,
well, even outside of that, and this is the military. Instant obedience to all the orders. When I say stop, I need Dallas to stop right there and there. Mm-hmm. She doesn't see what I see. Marine Corps Daniel, my daughter responds to certain grunts. If I go, "Who?" she will stop and find me. Look, where is he at? He's grunting at me. Okay, there you go. He's grunting at me. I don't know. Just if you look at him, he'll leave us alone. He made that song. That was like, "Who? Why do you just go who?" But she'll say that as her eyes are locked on me. I don't care. But there's times like, I just need you to listen because I said so.
That's a fact.
I see a thing that you don't see.
Yes.
And I'm big on not because I said so I'll explain it to you. But we also have to understand that, like, when I want you to do something, I need you to do it now.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. Daddy, this is my last TV show. I don't care. You just better do it now.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to attack you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's, you know, like, that is one of the struggles I'm dealing with my son right now. He's 2. Yeah. So it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, he's got to fight.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle. He's starting to learn. Like, he's starting to get there.
Yes.
But there are certain things where you just have to do it right now. Don't.
Yes.
I fought it when I was young.
Yeah, we all do, right?
You know? But now I understand. Like, oh yeah, this is what my parents were talking about. Yes. This is what my parents were talking about. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's too strict." Again, you're missing brain cells, and you think that being your child's friend is a good idea. We're not. No ambition. We're not in the same boat. Yeah. We're not even talking about the same life. Yeah. No, and even more, no. If you see me being difficult on my son, yeah, it's so somebody else doesn't have to. Wow. Because if somebody else has to and something goes wrong, that's it. That's it. You don't know how those things go. So that's it. Last question. Pain, progress, and the paradox of evil. A philosophical look. See, I got it right that time. I believe you. Look at how suffering, injustice, and evil can drive progress, innovation, and empathy. Its struggle is essential for personal and societal evolution.
Unfortunately, we learned a good deal during evil, right?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Who's the crazy Nazi doctor? Crazy Nazi doctor. He did a lot of operating.
Oh man.
Hermann Göring was one of the. He was in the Nazi doctor. That's not. He was Hermann Göring. Crazy Nazi doctor. Mengele. Yes, Joseph Mengele is his name.
Joseph Mengele.
Yes. Crazy guy. Taught the world a great deal about anatomy. He took people, chopped them up, opened people while they're still alive, did a whole bunch of really cruel, nasty things to people. He knew a great deal about anatomy. In all of his crazy chaos, and I believe with all the things he did, definitely died. He needs to die. That kind of stuff is horrific. But also, he wrote a lot of good works, or knowledgeable works. words. Let's not say good. Let's say knowledgeable words.
Yeah.
Because he was chopping through human bodies all day, every day, and putting crazy drugs in the bodies to figure out what it does. So he had a very, very in-depth knowledge of the human body because of his craziness. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but I'm saying that's the bright spot of all of the evil he did.
Yeah.
You can find out, you can find some, with no matter what things are, good or bad, you can find some good out of everything.
Yes. Okay.
It's about how you're looking at it,
yeah,
and how, if you can figure out how to extract the good out of it.
I say this often. You can learn from anybody and anything. You just got to be open to it.
Wow.
I know we've talked about this several times over our podcast stint, and how OnlyFans is a popular thing. You can learn a lot from that lifestyle.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you have to participate in it, but you can learn a lot from it. And you can learn, hey, like, maybe this isn't the route that I want to go. Now, if you choose to go that way, that's totally fine. It's on you. I wouldn't suggest it, but we can see from that lifestyle, a lifestyle of loneliness, regret, shame, all these different things, in the pursuit of sexual freedom and money. Not worth it. Not worth it when it comes down to the bottom of it. But again, you can learn from anyone and anything if you are open to it.
Correct.
So that's a great point. Doing some terrible things, but we figured out you don't want to put bleach in the body.
Yeah. Chlorine's not a good thing.
No.
Or at least not in your lungs.
Right.
Or stomach.
You don't want it there.
Yep.
And so, rest in peace to those who had to go through all that stuff.
Yep. It's unfortunate.
You definitely helped.
Your death wasn't in vain.
Yeah, it wasn't in vain. Like that.
It was a senseless killing, but you didn't go in vain.
Right. We were able to grab some very important information off of that, and that furthered the human progress.
Further medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. So is evil necessary for good?
Yes.
Evil. Sorry, my bad.
Evil.
What is that from? I feel like that's from some cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch. I can't remember which one it was. Makes me think SpongeBob was on it.
Yes.
Let's see. That's one that I do know. I know from cartoons.
That's it. Got to know some of them.
Oh God.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. We still recording. Yeah, we are at 123, man.
Sheesh. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Halftime. They are throttling Golden State. 15 point game.
That's rough.
Jimmy Butler, come on. Gotta do something.
He ain't got it. That's it.
That's it. That'll be good.
Take it easy.